Usually, women who are already old cannot possibly get pregnant and have children again. But there are several celebrities who are pregnant at a relatively old age. We see the first, Janet Jackson. In 2012, Janet married Qatari billionaire Wissam Al Mana, and Janet was 46 years old at that time. Then, in 2016, 4 years after marriage, Janet was pregnant with her first child, and Janet was 50 years old at that time, even though she had been married twice before, but that was Janet's first pregnancy. Eva Longoria then married Jose Boston in 2015, aged 41 at the time. Eva had previously been married twice, first to Tyler Christopher, which only lasted 2 years, and second to Tony Parker. However, Parker cheated on her with Erin Barry, which ultimately resulted in Eva's divorce in January 2011. Eva Longoria announced her pregnancy in December 2017, aged 42. 6 months later, Eva gave birth to a son in June 2018. Salma Hayek became pregnant with her first child, Valentina, at the age of 41, and Valentina was born in September 2007. She married François-Henri Pinault. It turns out that Salma was only married to Henri Pinault, a businessman in the building materials and fashion industries, who reportedly met Salma at a palace owned by the Pinault family. Next, Meryl Streep married Don Gummer in September 1978, and Meryl was 29 years old. Then in 1991, Meryl became pregnant and gave birth to a daughter at the age of 42. Then in 2023, Meryl Streep and Don Gummer separated after 45 years of marriage. American singer Gwen Stefani is pregnant with her third child, Apollo, at the age of 44, who was born in February 2014. Apollo was born to Gwen and Gavin Rossdale. They married in 2002, but divorced in 2016. It turns out that when Gwen gave birth to their first child, she was no longer young. Her first child was born in May 2006, when Gwen was 36 years old, and her second child was born in August 2008, when Gwen was 38 years old. Olivia Munn, who turned 41 in 2021, began dating a man named John Mulaney. However, fans were shocked to learn that Olivia was pregnant. In November, Olivia gave birth to a son, even though she was already 41. Olivia and John married in 2024, 3 years after their first child was born. They then wanted to add to their family, and in September 2024, they welcomed a daughter, but via surrogate. Rachel Weisz married Bond agent Daniel Craig in June 2011, and Weisz was 41 at the time. Previously, Weisz was married to Darren Aronofsky and even had a child, but at that time, Weisz was still young. However, after marrying Craig, Weisz became pregnant again with her first child in 2018. Weisz was 48 at the time, almost 50, but Weisz was still able to give birth to children for Craig. Furthermore, Hilary Swank announced her pregnancy with twins in October 2022 at the age of 48. The twins, a daughter named Aya and a son named Ohm, were born in April 2023. Hilary's twins were born from her marriage to Philip Schneider in 2018. Hilary Swank also spoke about her pregnancy and becoming a mother in her 40s. She said that becoming a mother at that age has many advantages, including more time and flexibility to be there for her children. She also expressed her admiration for the female body during pregnancy, calling it a superhero. Halle Berry is not married, but has only been in a relationship with Gabriel Aubrey. This pregnancy was Berry's first. Berry was 41 years old, and her first child was born in March 2008. Then, in 2013, at the age of 47, Berry married Olivier Martinez and announced her pregnancy the same year, thus having a son with Martinez. Essentially, Halle Berry was able to conceive twice at an advanced age. Nicole Kidman married Keith Urban in June 2006, when Kidman was 38. 3 years later, in 2008, Kidman became pregnant with her first child when Kidman was already 41. Nicole Kidman had previously had 2 children from her marriage to Tom Cruise, but they were adopted. Her child with Keith Urban was conceived naturally despite Kidman's age. Even older, Brigitte Nielsen became pregnant and gave birth to her 5th child at the age of 54. She and her husband, Mattia Desi, welcomed their daughter Frida in 2018. While this wasn't her first pregnancy, Nielsen made headlines for her pregnancy at a relatively older age. She stated that she was very happy and felt this pregnancy was the easiest of all her pregnancies. Cameron Diaz first became pregnant and gave birth to a daughter, Radix Madden, in 2020 with her husband, Benji Madden, and Cameron's age at that time was 47 years. Then Cameron had a second child who was born in 2024, and Cameron's age was 51 years.